Election.
There's another episode. And through it all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid. Chatty with the heavy load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And through it all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. The fight only finish with the weak ones. So when that call you, watch how you respond. Dark, face your fears, fight your demons. Can't be firm, we go to a tribulation. He is a heavy load, say that's a dana. Have a legacy fi build, so me fi carry on. And the dark days pray fi go to the storm. Now give up none time, cause that's what we born. Solid, Johnny with the heavy load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, Johnny with the heavy load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long.
Solid, me solid, just like a rock. Spiritually we fight a lot. Then trap them, said ya cancel that. You just can't stop me, not try do that. Got to be careful of negligence. Move wise, use up your intelligence. Guard of honor like the president. Progress and its evidence. Me no care how much time they want turn me down. Think say me woulda tumble down. Chant to me ancestors big Congo drum. That's why me know me have to overcome. Stand firm and a lean for no one. You can set up your own program. Have the whole world a sing out the slogan. No time in a slow down. Plus with
solid, Johnny with the heavy load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, Johnny with the heavy load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long.
Yo, no way, PNC, no way, AFC, not again, with the same trickery, no way, PNC and AFC. Election thief is all them know, like how Auntie Cathy giving blow. Contracts gone to she own company, this country can't take it no more, oh no. Just like how the Russians vanish, like the SOP, gone in a flash, Patterson they smiling on TV, talking sweet while cutting deal easy, giving contracts like it's nothing real, saying scale at work, but what's the deal? Up to now, no scale in sight. Sherrod disappearing at the night. 5 million gone from Chronicle, like it take with funds and ride a miracle. No way, no BNC, no way, AFC, not again with the same trickery. No way, BNC and AFC. Election thief is all them know, like how Auntie Cathy giving blow. Them run we try but still want more. We tired now, we can't take no more. 5 years and them run this place, bring nothing but shame and disgrace. Corruption full up in every case, and tax raise up at a wicked pace. Tax and school, tax and light, water bill giving granny fright. Even the jackass can't get tax, them not care about poor man's back. Now them come back with team sanctioned gold smuggle and tax evasion action. 10,000 kilo them can't explain, and 50 mil gone down the drain. PNC and AOC no credibility, them play games with weak stability. Only one position for themselves, don't care about we ask nothing about the blank checks. Nigel business with eggs and well set. Election thief is all them know, but Guyana don't wait and know we grow. No way, PNC, no way, AFC, not again with the same trickery. No way, PNC and AFC. DCM trickery, no way. PNC and AFC. Election thief is all them know. Like how Auntie Cathy giving blow. Contracts gone to she own company. This country can't take it no more. Oh no. Just like how the Russians vanish. Like the SOP, gone in a flash. Patterson they smiling on TV. Talking sweet while cutting deal easy. Giving contracts like it's nothing real. Saying scale at work, but what's the deal? Up to now, no scale in sight. Sherrod disappearing at the night. 5 million gone from Chronicle. Like it take with funds and ride a miracle. No way, no BNC, no way, no way AFC. Not again with the same trickery. No way PNC and AFC. Election thief is all them know. Like how Auntie Cathy giving blow. Them run with try but still want more. We tired now, we can't take no more. 5 years of them run this place. Bring nothing but shame and disgrace. Corruption full up in every case. And tax raise up at a wicked pace. Tax and school, tax and light. Water bill giving granny fright. Even the jackass can't get tax. Them not care about poor man's back. Now them come back with team sanctioned. Gold smuggle and tax evasion action. 10,000 kilo them can't explain. And 50 mil gone down the drain. PNC and AOC no credibility. Them play games with weak stability. Only one position for themselves. Don't care about we ask. Nothing about the blank checks. Nigel business with eggs and well set. Election thief is all them know. But Guyana don't wait and know we grow. No way, no way PNC. No way, no way AFC. Not again with the same trickery. No way PNC and AFC. The whole world know. Yo, no way, PNC, no way AFC. Not again with the same trickery. No way PNC.
Wake up, the day is bright, and I feel the blue. Turn your dial for your vibe, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel.
News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. Running to the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour.
Good morning, all, and welcome to another episode of Livewire with yours truly, Courdel Jones. It is the 24th of April, 2025. Welcome to the show. A couple of things for us to discuss this morning. I woke up to I don't even know how to describe it. So quite a few things happening last night and yesterday. So there was a murder at Wayacabra on the Linden Suicide Highway, where a gentleman would have killed his wife, his sister-in-law, and I think his brother-in-law as well. And then there's a situation at Tuchen with this young lady that went missing. I swear I don't know what to make of the situation based on the videos I saw online, and the police report. So I don't even know where to start. Honestly, it's like sometimes I really feel like it's too much. Like Guyana need like a break where nothing no happen other than progress, and just, sometimes it's overwhelming and very disappointing, right? So let's talk about Tuchen first. I really don't know much about what has transpired on the highway other than what I scrolled on Facebook there. But a large group, a family go out, about 20 persons go to a hotel to have a fun day. And in the whole process of it, one of the family members go missing, an 11-year-old young lady. Now, it's like I don't even know. I don't know. It's not funny, but it's just. So the young lady goes missing. The hotel cameras ain't working. Well, first they were told they ain't working. Now they told they're under repair. I don't know people repair hotel cameras. If you're changing out a camera, you're changing a camera. You understand? I don't know about one of the videos online. Somebody in the video said that they were told that something was rusting for the camera. So the cameras were off and being repaired. What? That's crazy. Listen, I am not the most technologically knowledgeable person here, but as far as my knowledge goes, if wiring rusted for a camera cable, you replace the cable. So what is it that you doing that got your whole camera system down for it, according to the name of the place, International Hotel? What are you doing? Right? So the cameras are down. Frank Basu joining us from Australia. Morning to everybody in the comment section. I'm sorry I didn't greet y'all this morning. The whole thing really threw me off this morning. Morning to everybody across the diaspora. Morning to the persons in the across the 10 administrative regions. Morning to the persons in the comment section. Morning, everybody. Morning, Prasad Pati, Pam, I see you. Richard Stanislas, Leslie Mongol, everybody here, K. Watson, morning. So I believe it should be a rule. I think the government should implement this, that if you have a business place, if you're operating a hotel, a guest house, a restaurant, some place that the public is allowed to access, you should have functioning surveillance a functioning surveillance system. I think that should be a rule. You know, you should have a functioning surveillance system. I think that should be a rule. I mean, I don't have children as yet, but I cannot imagine that I allow my child to go out with my mother, only to hear my child just vanish into thin air. That is crazy. So I was looking at the critic was there, and in the video, based on what the family were saying, there was a search, but they didn't feel happy about the level of the search. Now, why would the owners of this hotel not be allegedly willing to fully cooperate with the family? Why when the police came and the police were conducting a search, you understand, why is it a family member wasn't, or allegedly wasn't, or I don't want to give them out too much liberty with certain things. All I'm saying is, when the police came, and because I saw a police report, and we can go to the police report just now, because I swear, like, I don't know what's going on with the guy in the police force. I don't know what's going on with the guy in the police force. So when the police came on the location, how is it possible for a search to be conducted and the family is still not satisfied with what took place there on the ground? In terms of, okay, the family search the owners of the hotel or the staff of the hotel, then the police come and do a search and they said they find nobody. Now, I am thinking, if the police come, a senior officer, junior ranks, whoever, whilst doing the search, you'd have a member of the family there with you to say, well, okay, look, we search every floor, we search every room, this girl not in the building. Somebody who they trust. Why not do that? You understand? Why would you, well, mind you, based on the videos and the comments that are online, it doesn't seem like that happened, because the people are still of the view that the young lady is in the building. You understand? Now, if a family member was with the police, or let me say 10 police go, and 2 police searching each floor or each building or wherever, you have a family member with the police, that would give them confidence that, okay, look, this girl in this building. We search this building, this girl in here. I don't understand how the guy in the police force operates sometimes. And really and truly, jeez, it has hurt my head, because these kinds of things, this take away from the work that the administration is doing. It does cause people to wrongfully blame the administrations for nothing that they have. They have nothing to do with this. I literally go and scrolling just now on Facebook, and Norman Brown is saying that this is a PPP issue. You understand? This is a PPP. The PPP is at fault here. The government's fault that this is happening. I am like, how is it possible for you to now turn around and blame the government? Blame the government for this? The government was nowhere around there. The government didn't carry the family nowhere. No, I am not trying to trivialize this situation, but I am showing you how persons are now going to flip and say, well, it's the government's fault. It's ridiculous. You understand? Now look at what I'm showing you. Look at this here. This is the ignorance that people peddling out here on social media right now. The government, not a part of this family, the government in being on the outing, nothing. But this young lady go missing. And the government getting called in the story. Look at this here. Look at this here. It's only God that can tell me, can convince me that the PPP is not a satanic cult. Let us pray for the safe return of this 11-year-old Ardiano. Now, what is the connection here? What is the connection here? How did PPP get involved in this? How did PPP get involved in this? Now back to the story. Good. So again, I am of the view that the police should have searched the building. If they didn't, they should have searched the building with some family member present to give the family some satisfaction or sense of that, they feel comfortable. Now, to the police report, I like, to the police report now. So I guess there's about to be a protest at the hotel out there. If that escalates, I'll head up that side and I'll bring that live to you. I hope these phones charge upstairs. Anyway, so the police report. Now, I have some issues with the police report. And I am saying the police force has to do better. Now, in their report, they highlight that it's an alleged abduction. When it happened, they give the time in the location, who the girl was with when she went to the location, all this other stuff. When they came, they said that the family searched the place. The police came, the police searched the place. They said the police searched in and around the hotel, the roof, the yard, the room, the storeroom, and came up empty-handed, right? They asked the management about the cameras. They said the cameras not in working order. Now, this is where I have a problem. The police report says the command center in Regional Division Number 3 was contacted and viewed footage showed that, well, Ardiano entered a red and black Ram motorcar bearing registration numbers PSS 4684, which drove off in an eastern direction, heading towards Reading. Right? Now, I am saying Guyana Police Force. You have parents who are upset, family members who are upset and outside of a hotel behaving bad. They're about to have a protest out there. I literally look at a live where an idiot out there is claiming, yeah, Muhammad's people out here, the scraps out here, we are about to, you understand? Literally said on a live just now. So that whole situation can escalate there in Tuchen. Now, if you are saying Guyana Police Force that at your command center, you viewed footage of this young lady getting into our black and red Ram, PSS 4684, it will make sense to y'all, even if it's just a little clip to show, look, this girl left this hotel and actually get into this vehicle and gone. We're looking for shit, right? So you know the direction the vehicle gone in, you know the color of the vehicle, you got the license plate, you say you see footage. Just the clip of she opening the door and getting into the vehicle. You don't think that would stop them people from being in front of that hotel? They know probably may try to burn it down or block the road or whatever it is. If somebody child, if they're upset about it, I mean, oh gosh, that can jeopardize the entire investigation if you release that bit of footage, or you even gotta release it to the public. You calling the mother, the grandmother, look, y'all sit down here. at the regional command center. Y'all sit down here. Look, this is the footage. Look, the young lady jumping into the car. This is the license plate. That's the color of the car. We're in the process of looking for the car. Jesus Christ. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. You clearing yourself from anybody saying you're trying to cover up nothing, you're doing nothing out to the way or wherever it is. You claim to have footage, but the parents didn't see it, the family didn't see it, just y'all. Another thing that I found, oh God, guy in a police force, very, I ain't gonna say stupid. No. So they claim to see this footage, this black, the color of the car, the license plate of the car. The press statement further goes on to say, information was received about the registered owner who, when contacted, claimed he rented the car to one Orlando, no last name provided, since last week. First of all, and a lot of these things I approach with logic, you know. That's why sometimes it don't, I can't process stupidness. So I lend my car or rent my car to a guy named Orlando. I don't know his last name. I ain't got no pitchy ID card. We ain't got no information. Good. But you have an address for Orlando, right? So the press release further goes on to say that checks were made for the said Orlando at an address provided by the car owner, but Orlando was not contacted, right? No, it goes on to say, trace of the vehicle from Georgetown Command Center at about 20:58 hours showed the vehicle in Underneming, West Bank Demerara at White Shop shortcut. Here's what I'm trying to say. So as soon as you see this vehicle at White Shop shortcut, why the whole of the west side of the police force then descend on White Shop shortcut? Why the whole of the region 3 police apparatus at, you said the car was seen at 20:58, why at 20:59? Every police vehicle on the west side wasn't descending on that area at the hour. What they had to do last night? What the police had to do last night? That from all stations, everybody can go down to White Shop shortcut and lock up this man, seize the car, hold somebody. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing, Guyana Police Force? And on a serious note, I swear it makes these persons at the helm of the Guyana Police Force look bad. I promise you this level of stupidity would have never been condoned under commander like the commissioner. You think that foolishness could have fly when the commissioner was commanding the regions? You see a car that you telling people allegedly carry off a minor, carry she off from she parents, trace this car to a location, and that goes to show you, right? That goes to show you that at 20:58 hours, they didn't even have patrols mobilized, searching around the place that they could say, look, patrol number, wherever, look, this car at White Castle, wherever fish shop corner, where shortcut corner, go there and see what's going on. What are y'all doing? And at the end of the day, all you can hear is the PPP. The PPP. The PVP controlling the police. Y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better. There wasn't no major activity that the Guyana police force was stretched thin in Region 3. There was no major activity. And if y'all were saying that this young lady left this hotel, I am thinking that the patrols would be out looking for this 11-year-old, trying to spot this red and black car that y'all got the license plate for. I would think that all along the West Coast or West Bank, traffic police would have been on the road hoping to spot this car passing them. Y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are ridiculous. And keep giving this government bad name. Keep giving this government bad name. This is just like Linden, you know. This is just like Linden. The government ain't send nobody to lock up this rape accused. The government ain't send nobody. The police doing their work and doing it stupidly. At that you pursuing a man and end up shoot and kill him, then go and give a completely false report on the encounter that happened, and then baps your video camera. And guess what? Sherrod Duncan done that, you know. Sherrod Duncan done in Tuchen. Because this is a mixed family, so they have a lot of Afro-Guyanese out there. And I'm telling you, more persons will go out there from the political scene. And then you can eventually turn into a race thing. It is so sad. The Guyana police force continues to lapse in these ways. Y'all got camera all along the West Bank and West Coast. All along the West Bank and West Coast. Y'all mean to tell me from the time this girl go missing, you say you see Guyana police force in the video, the girl get picked up in a car, and y'all ain't out looking for the car? You won't got them traffic ranks on the road, stopping and sorting, looking for car? Look, the work of this government is often overshadowed by foolishness like this. By foolishness like this, where they have, not, I won't say government officials, but government personnel, people who work with the government, doing a scandal bunt. You hear what I'm telling you? Doing a scandal bunt, and the government got to take the lash. Because at the end of the day, they can swing it till it reach back that, oh, the PPP. The PPP drive ram, go and rent ram, picture up and Kaishui. If that's what happened. And I'm saying, how could the police go to a location, do a search, and the family ain't satisfied with the search you do with them right there? Don't mean they have to be outside and you searching inside. So they don't have confidence that you do a proper search. They must be alleging the police take PR kind of thing. Because they weren't there. Having them there wouldn't jeopardize the investigation in any way, or, oh Jesus, look. What's wrong with the Guyana police force? I don't know what the outcome of this situation is going to be. I am hoping that this young lady just went on a little escapade and comes back home. But the mere fact that she went to this location and just vanished. And what kind of hotel? How you got a hotel? A big hotel, you got international on the name. And you cameras in working, so you can't even safeguard yourself. You can't even safeguard yourself as a what is called these things? You can't safeguard yourself as a business, as a lodging. You understand? This gonna be on the news all over. Double Day International Hotel. People vanish. People vanish. Do you understand? Look at what's going on the road now. Yeah, look at this. This is happening currently now in front of Double Day. Oh boy. This is such foolishness. This is such foolishness. You hear me? This is the commander of the region. Why wouldn't you walk with the footage and show them? This is ignorance to the highest. You out there telling them, oh, we see, we see, we see. Show them. Show the people the evidence. Look at that child mother. Show the people the evidence. Go back in there now. Go back in there now and search with the people there, because I don't think they left the location since they were there. Go back in there now and search with the people just to get them the confidence that the young lady not in there. How the owner of the hotel could stop the Guyana police force? I don't think you need search warrants in Guyana. The Guyana police force could effect a search anywhere at any time. I think. I'm not saying that that's 100% factual, because in all my life in Guyana, I never hear about a police presenting a search warrant to anybody to search the house, the vehicle, nothing. You're suspected of a crime and we're conducting a search. That's why he's here. You understand? You could imagine the guilt this grandmother feeling now that she carry out this girl and she think, this is madness. The guy in the police force, you all have really dropped the ball. Why can't you show the video? That is all I'm saying. To get these people off the road, to let the mother feel, well, okay, the guy in the police force looking into my matter. Bring the footage from whoever camera you see this girl going in. These people here have said that they went over the road to a sawmill and some other place that had cameras that showed footage of the young lady entering the building and nothing of her leaving. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? You understand? What are y'all doing? Why would the commander go to the scene without the footage? Right? So somebody is telling me a search warrant is needed. This number is an American number. So I don't know. But based on me seeing police operate in Guyana, I have not heard or seen the police present a search warrant to anybody. The police searched my house a couple times. think it was four years ago, no search warrant. Actually, there was an instance where, no, but there was a different situation. So anyway, but never heard of it. You understand? I've never heard of it. No, the commander gonna show up on the scene, ain't walk with no footage of the claims that the Guyana police force is making. To what end? How is this helping the people them? How is this calming down the people them? Now more and more people gonna come out on the road. Cause oh God, it's the family. You understand me? It's the family. No worries is they say no. No, look what we got. Look who we got. The lady said about rumors of people sacrificing people and all kind of thing. So now we're going into the realm of we are allowing people to speculate and assume all kind of foolishness now. All kind of foolishness now. Yeah, but sir, whoever's age, what camera footage? Who see the camera footage? Who see the camera footage? I am saying to you, H, if that is the case, the Guyana Police Force, the Region 3 Command should have called the family into the station and say, look, this is what we have on video. You didn't even have to put it out to the public. You didn't have to send it to the media. The girl mother, she grandmother, she father, whoever, her immediate family, you could have brought them in, sit them down, show them the video. Look, this is her jumping into the car. We're going to look for the car. We are going to look for the car. We are in the process of looking for the car. But the fact that this happened since yesterday, last night, the commander come out there, no footage. You call them in. The people lock up the place. They can't go in and search properly because they're claiming that they didn't get to search properly. How? How do we know that the young lady is not in there? How we know the young lady is not in there? The people out there said they went over the road to the sawmill and another person who had cameras. Those cameras showed the young lady going out, and they sat there for over an hour looking to see when she come out, and there was nothing of it. Them ain't see no black and red ram. So why not show them what y'all saw? Y'all keep listen. Anyway, the Guyana Police Force. So there was another incident in Suze, right? I don't know what's the fullness behind it. I'm saying, men, if y'all in a relationship, you feel you're not loved, the woman ain't cooking, she ain't cleaning, she ain't doing right, separate. Even if y'all live apart and see if y'all can work it out back later, separate. How you gonna go and killing up the woman, your family? What going on? What's going on? And sad to say, and I feel like I might get in trouble today. Some of you women, y'all not learning, you know. Y'all not learning. Y'all are in these abusive relationships and people beating you and abusing you physically, and you are staying there for whatever reason, whether it's financial, security, whatever it is. I am saying to you, you need to move on. If you are in an abusive relationship, leave it and go. There's nothing that person is giving you you can't get elsewhere or get on your own. Stop the foolishness. Stop the foolishness. You understand? There's nothing that you cannot get on your own. I'll give you all an example. Where I live, there was a break-in last year. This has never happened before in the area. So I put cameras all around the place. And I am not usually out mingling with the neighbors or in the community. When I'm home, I'm in. If I'm out in Georgetown working or wherever working. One day I was home in, and I'm hearing this rowing outside going on for at least half an hour, 45 minutes. So I don't get up and go outside and check because I got the cameras. The cameras got mic and thing you could hear and see everything going on outside. So when I go outside, one of the neighbors, I don't know if he drank. Well, yeah, he was intoxicated, and I don't think they're married, but the woman he living with, the two of them back and forth all the time, cussing, abusing, right? The other people from the community come out and trying to calm me down, he going on like a bad boy and thing. The lady going to other people's homes to talk to them and try to tell them, well, talk till he calm down, or tell he go by his mother, or tell he allow her to leave and go just to not have a problem. And me boy going on and on and on, he going on and on. I'm watching you on the camera all the time, you know. So he starts snatching at the lady, and the lady took her daughter and they're walking, going out. So I switched to another camera and walking to them, watching this lady walking to the gate to get out. Right? So he come and he's stopping her. He's stopping, he's going on. So at that point, I felt like that was stupidness. So I get up and I put on my clothes and I go down in the yard and was walking out. And the lady with her daughter in her hand turned to me and said, "Oh, mister, please help me." So I turned to her and I said, "You turn and walk out of this yard." And me and the guy had a little confrontation. He got put to the place. You understand? She went to the police station, you know, make a report, come back with the police, collect this man out of there. And I kid you not, 2 to 3 hours later, the man was back in the yard, rowing and going on. And you know what his comments were? Because I'm listening on the camera. Is you beg them to loose me from the station. Is you bring them to lock me up, and is you beg them to loose me. And they have had incidents after the fact. But I swear to you, I was not getting involved again. I left it alone. And this is where things tend to go bad. Because the next time, people mightn't come to save you. You mightn't even be able to save yourself. Anyway, guys, look, I see the council has signed in. We have Councillor Trimbagot on the program this morning. Guyana Police Force, y'all, please fix it. Please fix it. Please stop embarrassing the government. I am saying this to you. Please stop embarrassing the government. What y'all doing out there right now is absolute foolishness. Absolute. But nevertheless. So we're going to be looking at some issues as it relates to New Amsterdam. As you may know, Councillor Trimbagot has been having some issues in the past with the mayor and the APNU-led council there, in terms of at one time they tried to unceremoniously remove this council who was elected to represent the people from the council. And it took, I think, a court order to put them back in their place. Now, yet again, we see the mayor in an attempt to try to silence elected members to the council, changing some rules to try and silence the PVP councillors. So, guys, join me in welcoming Councillor Trim Bagot, who is currently out of the jurisdiction but took the time to join us this morning. Thank you for being here, Councillor. Morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning to you and your audience. Good morning.
Yes. So, Councillor, so I know that you and the mayor, y'all have been having. He's been trying some things on you as a councillor, but he's not been successful so far. He seems to be going down a different road this time. Talk to us a little bit about what the mayor has been doing to try to silence you and your fellow councillors at the New Amsterdam Town Council.
Yes, it's an ongoing issue with the mayor and the PPP councillors. Well, the last incident was our last month when we had our meeting. The mayor came up with a rule that we are not allowed to speak unless we write to the mayor, and it has to be in 8 hours before the council meeting is called to order.
Right.
And Courdel, this new rule that the mayor, and if you look at the agenda, it says comment by members of the council with leave of the mayor, matters of importance to the people, to the community, of public importance to the community. Now, prior to that, and we go back to them and the transparency issues. There was a tongue day held. Councillor Isaacs, who was sitting on his side of the bench, he was in charge of the tongue day. So we were asking the PPP councillors, we were asking for a full account because they showed us on the books $130,000 after collecting all that money on the road for the space that they rented out. And it wasn't adding up because the year before we made $2.something million for the council. So we asked, I sent in a letter requesting that we wanted to move a motion, and they keep suppressing the motion. So I know that the mayor and his colleagues knew we were coming in that last statutory meeting to raise it on the floor.
Right.
He just came up with this rule out of nowhere. I subsequently left the meeting. I asked for an excuse because I said to the mayor, it doesn't make sense. I'm sitting here, and it's not an equal debate. You're shutting us out when you feel that the public should not hear from us. So I subsequently excused myself from the meeting. I went back to the office. I looked into the chapter 2801, and there's no rule that says that he can suppress us. So, it's just an ongoing issue when it comes to the accountability and really putting in some work, meaningful work to help people in the community.
So I see on screen here, number 17 on order of business, comments by members of the council with leave of the mayor on any matter of public importance. So for you to say anything now at a statutory, you have to write the mayor seeking permission?
That is what he's asking us to do, and I find that very ridiculous. And I'm sure my colleagues support that. Listen, I in particular am not prepared to get into a meeting, when you're elected to serve and you going there and your voice is suppressed. So this is this new rule that the mayor came up with. And I think it's because our discussion was going to touch on the Tongue Day event and them not being accountable. To date, we have not had a meeting. He subsequently sent a letter through the town clerk that we are summoned to a meeting to discuss Tongue Day, but nobody attended because I think it's of public importance that it's discussed on the floor, so that everyone in the community is privy to our discussion. So that meeting was not attended by any of the PPP councillors.
So isn't the town clerk supposed to prepare a report on the town day or town week activities, how many vendors they had, how many stalls, how many events, how much persons paid for a spot, how much money came in? There's not supposed to like be a report presented to all councillors and
Yes,
public as well?
yes, and that is what we were asking for. And it is being ignored by the mayor and this town clerk. As a matter of fact, you know, there's a lot left to be desired with the town clerk and how she's operating. She's leaning to the other side of the bench, and she should be very neutral when it comes to, executing her duties as an administrator.
Right.
So we continue to question her doing, but I think the loyalty is there because of the length of time she had served under the APNU majority rule. So I guess the friendship has grown deep, and there is lots of issues.
But despite the
Yes.
friendship, I would think that there are rules and that govern. Counselor, just give me a second.
Yes.
Just a second. This is the ignorance that I just talk about. So this morning, I'm going to block this guy. This is the ignorance that I was trying to show you, that the viewers I'm speaking to. This is ignorance that will start to be peddled now. Now imagine, I was nowhere around there. This is also a counselor that I'm showing you the comment here. Just let me block this guy. I had enough of him. The level of stupidity he displays, I don't want it around me anymore. So Dexter, today is your last day. I will let you go. Because could you imagine, counselor, a young lady has gone missing, and even this has turned into a political thing for these people? It is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. So Dex, you hold a block today, and that's it for me and you. You clearly ain't got no boundaries. Anyway, Councillor, back to what we're discussing here.
Yeah. And this they politicize everything. There is so much that's going on in the community in terms of development, and everything is politicized with people on the APNU side, I would say, that has their own views on matters.
Yeah. No. Okay, so for a rule like number 17 here to come on the books, in relation to 2801, what's the procedure for that? If you'd like to change a standing order or something to that end, how does that work?
I mean, I'm not au fait with the law in depth, but common sense would tell us. And from looking at the 2801, we would have to convene as a council.
Right.
We would have to say that this would be the new rule going forward. There will be no discussion under that 17, and we would have to probably pass it through the local government or some entity that has some jurisdiction over the 2801.
Right. Wow.
Okay.
So what you would say, the recklessness continues?
The recklessness continues. New Amsterdam is now flooded out, and I'm listening to a discussion the mayor had, and it's the PPP councillors not cooperating. And, it goes back to the PPP and the councillors, but they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, Courdel. Guyana is known for rainy season. This government has given 2 pumps to New Amsterdam. The last couple months, about 2 months ago, the government came in, they wanted to redo a coker at number 31, Sandytown. The mayor came out there with all of his supporters to stop the development from happening. Look at New Amsterdam. This is exactly where I live. You see those 2 yellow things?
Yeah.
That's there. That is supposed to be a coker that they built for $7 million. Now you tell me,
Yellow things there?
these two yellow things,
What?
and I raised it on the floor, $7 million. Now listen, I mean, I don't want to say the stupidity and nonsense that they're getting away with is unbelievable. Now, we know as Guyanese, there is a rainy season in Guyana. You would think that this mayor and his staff would prepare the trenches. It's all weed, overgrown weed that should have been removed. So now it's the government is causing the flood. Total nonsense. Total nonsense.
It's crazy. But
Yeah.
as a councillor, have you heard any plan during this period in relation to drainage cleaning, alleviating this flooding situation? What's the council's plan?
There is no plan. There was no plan as far as I know, and my colleagues know. If they had such, and you have to understand also, when they have these meetings, they call a couple of their colleagues and they kind of meet and caucus and do what I didn't even know that coker was on the table to be built, to be quite honest.
Wow.
There was no plans, and the government has given the council so many SIP workers, but they're using the workers to facilitate the work that should be done within the community. I'm looking also at another video that came out with the mayor jumping from one end of a gutter to the other, stating that the fence is too close. This is what is causing the flood. Now, this mayor and his colleagues prior to him sitting there, and I think he was sitting in that council, who gave permission for people to build their fences close to one another if there is regulation. I don't understand.
Yeah, but these things sometimes it has caused me to short circuit in terms of my thinking. So is the mayor on the ground with the the town engineer, these kinds of people, ensuring that portions build properly so that these issues that we're having, according to him, because of fences and these kinds of things, what is he doing in relation to that? Is he going into the communities, identifying these problems, bringing it back to the council for the council to say, well, collectively, we agree, let's fix this? Have you seen anything like that?
In my opinion, the mayor is very reactionary. I have not seen any proactive initiative coming from the mayor. When you have a flood like this, the mayor would come out and he would give all the excuses in the world, and then it goes back to the government.
Yeah.
I have not seen anything proactive where there's a discussion on the floor. This is the preparation process. This is what we would do in regards to eliminating certain issues to facilitate the community.
Wow.
Now it's the government, it's the PPP councillors, and it's the business community. These people are not doing what they're paid to do or volunteered to do by the people of this town. It is totally ridiculous. And where I'm coming from, I see this as total waste of my time sitting there and trying to negotiate on behalf of the people. And there's always an excuse why something can be fixed or it cannot get done.
Yeah.
It's totally frustrating for me.
Wow.
Now, there was also a discussion about the vehicles parked on the road business community. These people live in New Amsterdam. They conduct business in New Amsterdam, including myself. I have a lot of trucks parked in my neighborhood. Where do we put them? I've suggested on several occasions on the floor that they start. I have never seen a town without a municipality parking. Let's go there first.
Right.
And there is land available that the mayor or this town council can charge people to park their vehicle, but they're not proactive in setting up these municipality parking. They have some of the places locked down with chain, overgrown bush. It doesn't make sense to me. It really don't.
Councillor, you all have a approved budget for 2025?
Yes.
And is the council working towards that budget in terms of implementing the projects and stuff that were probably identified in that?
Well, we have an approved budget, which is $50 million. We have not had any discussions in regards to how the money is going to be spent. I am hoping that at some point the mayor would have that as part of our discussion. I know in his meeting yesterday with the 15 people that attended from the entire town of 15,000, he made reference to that $50 million that it's not enough.
Right.
I don't want to be sitting nowhere in local government or to be making decisions for this town, because I'm telling you, he would not be spending a penny of that money until a proper proposal comes to my desk that is agreeable and that will facilitate good governance for the people of New Amsterdam, period.
But Councillor, I want to ask you, that council ever had a $50 million budget?
No, they never had a $50 million budget. And criticizing a $50 million that this government, listen, life has changed, Courdel. And New Amsterdam must implement a proposal at least for 5 years on how we are going to move this town forward by the council putting in business entity that would be making enough money to run the town. And that's where we're lacking. There has to be a policy document that when some of us are voted out, the next set of councillors that come in can follow that protocol for 5 years so that you can have some stability in services. And
Right.
I've been saying that. I will continue to say that. But the vision, they're visionless people, as far as I'm concerned, on the other side of the bench. And I'm talking about the new counterparts. They're visionless. You can't run a town by just year to year and oh, this is the budget. They don't even have money in the coffers. We are running this town with no money. It's a proposed budget all the time.
Same thing like Georgetown. But here's what I want to ask you for clarity. So am I to understand that the entire town day, is town day or town week?
Town week. Town day. I don't even know right now. Town day.
This activity for 2025, they're saying the council only made $100 and some thousand.
Yes, that's what was reported to us. $100,000 and keep pushing us away from the discussion of giving us a proper documentation on how the money was spent. And I learned from the streets, well, by the way, that a lot of things were sponsored. Banks, DIH sponsored.
They usually get on board. These drinks companies usually get on board and take a lot of the costs.
These are things that we need to see. These are, healthy discussions in regards to how we proceed with matters as it relates to New Amsterdam.
Yeah.
It's just not adding up. It's just not, and the blame game and politicizing everything. Everything is politicized. The flood in New Amsterdam now is the government. It's not the government. It's you not doing your job as a council.
So I have a question here from your counterpart in Georgetown. Former Mayor Patricia Chase Green. She's asking, besides the $50 million given by the government, what is the town's budget for 2025?
Oh, it's unfortunately there is a proposed budget. There's no monies in the coffers. They are picking up money from the market and from the taxes that they're using to pay staff. So there is no money there to say, well, we have 50,000 or 10,000 in the coffers and this is what we're doing.
But
Everything
what is
is
the amount on the proposed budget that they have there?
I have to go back to the record. I don't want to call a number and then it's wrong.
Right.
And
Well,
that's
is it
another
over
thing.
10 million, 15 million?
It's over 15 million.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's one of the issues we have, with the budget. And, when you go to the statutory, there are some issues on the finances, but it's all open-ended. It's nothing like concrete. So, you can get a sense of what's in the coffers and how we're operating.
Yeah, it's like dancing on the finance committee at the city council. He on very shaky ground. You know what's going on.
Yeah, you don't know what's going. It's terrible. It is terrible. Listen, I am just, for the lack of a better word, sorry for the people in New Amsterdam. I am so, it pains me every day. People trying to make a living, they're trying to live, and here you have people that are mismanaging or don't know how to manage, and their lives are in turmoil.
Yeah.
A lot of losses with the flood. It's a lot, and I really do feel for the people of the town.
Yeah. Councillor, thank you for being here with us this morning. There's a situation evolving at Tuchen. I want to head down there and
Yes.
get the update to the people. Keep fighting the good fight up there. Hopefully the mayor catches some sense and operates in a professional, responsible manner according to 2801.
Yes.
Any final words from you before you go?
Well, thank you. I mean, I've said my final words is I always want to thank the media for letting us air some of what, so bringing some clarity to some of the things that are peddled out there, and really letting them know some of what's going on. You're not listening to one side and listening to all these stories and, just asking people to, now that Guyana is in the change era, the status quo is changing in regards to revolutionizing our development, that people understand that it should not be the same order of the day. We should be able to vote policies and look at how development is happening and allow it to happen the way it happened, and move away from the political discourse and political garbage.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Councillor, thank you for being here. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your trip.
Yes, you too. And thank you. Take care.
Right, so that was Councillor Trimbagot. I have been receiving comments that the road is blocked on the west coast there. I am not sure. I'm not confirming. I am, however, going to go ahead up that side to see what's going on and bring it to you guys live. It should take me about a half an hour to get to Tuchen from where I am, and bring you guys that update. Okay. Please stay safe on the roads. Don't forget, today at 2 p.m., the General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party will be having his press conference. So ensure you guys tune in so you can keep up to date with so I am seeing photos of a fire on the road here at Tuchen. Let me just give you all a preview. This is a photo from Newsroom. Right, so that's the current situation there in Tuchen. I am heading up there so I could give you guys a live view of what's going on. And we hope this is sorted out sensibly and quickly. Guys, as I always say before I go, excuse me, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one guy.
peaceful people struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from